welcome back, Aquarius. We're here to do your update for the month of November 2022. And yes, we will have a mid-month. We do have Feather Totem coming up as a spiritual energy, as well as death and rebirth. And I do feel we're all rewriting our storyline, having some rumbles, a little bit like lava, and we're having these deep transformations happening. Now, I'm finding your reading really interesting. I will be pulling from a new tarot deck. This is the one I'm using. And very separately, for those of you that don't know, we do cover the astrology here also. If you do want to check how the large Mars and Gemini retrograde is going to affect your zodiac sign, sun, moon, rising, and within your spiritual connection, for those of you that do follow me for Twin Flame Path. Let's have a look at what is coming through for you guys. Now, you're coming through with third eye. I do feel particularly you could be looking at part of your life at the moment and trying to intuitively problem solve. You could also be feeling as though you know, how you're traveling, where you're going, what you're doing, your intuition. And as an empath, you may find that you are more susceptible to certain frequencies at this point in time, especially moving into the following eclipse. You do have this as your crystal for the month. And I'll read from the card before we get into the romance energy. I accept the impermanence of all things. So relevant to this particular feather totem with the colors coming through, because it is to do with a brand new cycle coming through. Even though we had the Scorpio eclipse last month, it's still playing out, and it will be for the next 6 to 12 months, new beginnings. I accept the impermanence of all things. I know that change brings renewal and goodness. Imagine and accept. Integrate and accept change. Align with the cycles of life. Improve mental alertness. Focus on the present moment. The crystal is in reverse. So it could be that you're struggling with changes at the moment. You could be feeling everything is changing. And I'm looking at the frequency coming through of your overall energy. And it's like it's a new beginning, and it's feeling, you know, the inner child can be coming up. You can be feeling point blank, so, okay, this is a new beginning. Am I equipped to deal with it? Is it going to be okay? This for you is a time, especially where it does come to reality-based situations. Don't make any decisions based on guilt or what you think you should be doing. For it is only in the being true to yourself that you can be true to others. I feel some of you could be a little bit anxious. Some of you could be feeling as though you need to appease everybody. And I wasn't particularly heavily getting that as a vibe, but there could be a circumstance that you're judging yourself at the moment. You know, the strictness. It's like, why haven't I got my life stable? Why isn't everything perfect? I do particularly feel with the changes that you're going through, you are trying to make some sense of life, you know, be it it's with family, be it it's with home. It could be for some of you that you're moving home. I feel you're ready for that new chapter. And for some of you, there can be this excitement. Okay, I'm ushering in this new beginning. New changes are happening. There could be wounds. And one chakra that I'm picking up very heavily for you guys is the solar plexus. And it's the inner child work. It's the creativity. It can be birth energy, rebirth energy, but it's very creative, especially around romantic energies, providing we can keep the tone neutral and we can understand both sides. I feel we're going to be able to harmonize such. So I do feel for you in particular, in the month of November, solar plexus is going to be quite active for you. And you could feel a little bit burnt out. You may need to recharge. Some of you could be changing the way you're eating, the way you're dealing with stress levels. And I definitely see this expression coming up. So there can be this moodiness where you're feeling this angst and frustration, like people aren't directly understanding the healthy boundary. I do feel where it comes to love, you do have the star, and I feel this protectiveness. It's like you're being protective over your heart. We do have the crystal, really heart chakra energy. It's in reverse. I feel you're wanting to come out of this darkness. It's almost like when you meet the Omar Sharif of our life. It's once you have that energy, you just can't go back. So I feel for you spiritually, you're trying to make something a success. You're trying to put your best foot forward. You see the potential. You do have Lady Luck around love coming from the tarot, and this can be deepening the connection, but I feel you need to keep the communication open. For those of you that aren't in communication with the romantic individual, this is a time where romance and chemistry sparks can be flying. So don't be surprised if you have communication with people of the past, and especially if you're feeling like you are on a road and you do a 360. So there suddenly can be changes. Belief systems, I do think, are going to come up that can be a little bit conflicting, but there's definitely chemistry here. And I do see overall you do have the star. So if you are going through a hard time, keep your eye on the goal and work through it within your own personal power, because I do feel it's okay to let go and to trust the path and to understand whatever this new beginning is, it's bringing new vibes back into it. So if you are working with a direct individual, I do feel not unhashing the past, that yes, to review it, but go with the mindset that you're trying to break it down to be a better version of the connection, not unhashing it, and getting fretful. So more use it as a discussion piece and speak from your point of view. I do see with the star card, you do have some blessings happening. There particularly can be lots of change. Something lucky you're going to have a lucky break when it comes to love. I do feel you're ready to have success in your life, and I do feel there's a lot to do with your past that you especially are healing, and it is going to be a blessing in disguise, whatever this is. I feel if you could write a book, Aquarius, it literally will look like different storylines. It's like different fairy tales, so to speak. So, and that's not to say all of them that have been very positive, but it definitely is feeling as though you're really well and truly ready to start this new chapter. Some of you are second guessing yourself and your abilities to be equipped for it. I do feel some of you could end up working in a partnership. There could be a new contract coming through in your career sector. You also could find romance at work. I do feel particularly with your career zone, I feel, especially for those of you in partnerships, it feels as though you're wanting to build. So there's this building, there's this momentum, there's trying to balance things. For some of you, you could be signing a contract. Some of you are starting a brand new position. Now, this position can come in various forms. It may be, and I'm noticing with the two serpents either side of the sun, it could be creating children. It could be creating a business. But the co-creative energy is very large here. I do feel some of you, this is going to take you in a brand new direction. I also feel particularly, your location could be changing. I feel that there's shifts happening about. I feel you're going to meet a very kindred soul, and this kindred soul can help you through this person. I do feel if you are shifting locations or there's new people coming into your industry, I feel there is a kindred soul you're going to meet, and they're going to be very important in your life. This is a friendship, though. I do feel, especially in your wealth zone, there does seem to be a level up here. There seems to be some concern, but I do ultimately feel it can go better than you think it may. Do be careful around the eclipse. I would say that. I'd say about 3 days either side, not making risky decisions, but you can have a shake-up and things can be shifting. But I do see you in the long run. Actually, it's almost like you're attracting things to you. So it is quite positive. Some of you could have a very large purchase. This large purchase, though, whatever you're planning, it's like you kind of think, and this could be the message. It could be very much that you're directly feeling that there's a lot to address in such a small space of time, and this inner child's being activated, and you're really second guessing yourself. And I do feel naturally, if you just know what needs to happen, when you psychologically let go, it actually comes towards you. You are moving through a door and you do feel whatever this chapter is going to be, it's almost like your life is going to be totally different. So however that is playing out for you, that door that you're walking through, my guides are asking me to say to you, please trust the process. Take your time, obviously, especially if you're completely not sure. But I do feel that this is going to be a huge new chapter. I do feel trust your instincts, because your instincts will not guide you astray. If you feel something is no, definitely walk away from a situation, whatever that be it it's in career, be it it's in a major choice or a plan or a hope. My guides are saying you're going to know which door to walk through and which door to walk away from. Okay. What are my guides showing me here? There is a little bit of insecurity surrounding romantic interests for some of you. There could be some abandonment wounds coming up. That abandonment wounds, I do feel for those of you, be it you're together or you're not, there's a potential conversation here or thought process that you're actually mulling over. And I do feel it's post-eclipse that this situation's shifting, but it will be, once that moves, I feel you're going to be walking through a door and into a new chapter. How that chapter is going to look, you actually do intuitively know, but I feel your instincts are saying wait till post-eclipse. There could be a major conversation you want to have. Things are, taking time, but you also are very intuitive of how you're spending time at the moment. A lot of you can be feeling quite fatigued. Some of you could be emotionally eating through this stress level and this new beginning. I also feel through your partnerships, you're going to generate wealth. There's going to be wealth coming through. This can be in contracts, it can be in romantic partnerships. I also feel a guide on the other side. This feels an elderly gentleman. This individual is watching over you. They're making reference to the fact that you have been here before and you've gone through a certain chapter. You might have a deja vu, and this deja vu may make you feel a bit anxious, like you're repeating a pattern, but they're saying you're not. They're saying you're passing it. To have confidence in yourself that you're going to that next level in life. They're also saying don't be critical of yourself with your hopes and dreams and aspirations, that these things here, they're saying you've only just begun. Like, don't fret, you're actually going to reach those goals. I'm seeing a social event for some of you may be attending, or there could be a party that you're wanting to create. This could be a wedding. This could be, they're mentioning social event, how it needs to look. Some of you could be thinking about Christmas and where you want your life to be. And it's really funny. Through a couple of these readings, one of the channel messages has been there for a couple of months, that inkling of the energy cropping up with my guides, where they've been making reference to Christmas. So I really do feel something quite large is happening around there. But I feel in particular, a lot of us are making those New Year's metaphorical resolutions well and truly prior to the new year. I feel keep your temper where it comes to circumstances where people maybe aren't privy to how you're feeling and how stressed you are. I do feel there could be a sudden change as well. Look, some of you could be getting, this is more so for those of you that already had a loved one passed over. I do feel there's an element of inheritance here. But my guides are also showing, on the other side, it's almost like your guides are helping you receive what you need. Yeah, don't try to not go into lack mentality, because the abundance energy at the moment is there for you, but you need to look at it from a different position. Don't feel guilty if people are helping you. Be open to it. Definitely be open to it. Your romantic interest finds you very attractive. They really are very attracted to you. I feel you need to understand the physical star you are. You need to understand the options you have. And I most definitely feel, especially in the area of career, you're going to have more options than you think. There are going to be some doors that are going to open for you, and especially by the time we do move into 2023, I feel whatever is aligning for you at this point is really setting you up for 2023. But I also feel very strongly they're saying trust your instincts. If you need to address something, if you're sensing something, trust your instincts because they won't lead you astray. Whatever this is, it feels like a heavy cross to bear. So there could be very separately a synchronistic message that's coming through to me is that you have to make a hard choice to do with something. Some of the things that maybe you're going through and coming to terms with could merely be, that you have been for a while now having a bit of a testing time. This can ease up. Definitely try and get all your ducks in a row and the things that are heavy lifting done prior to the end of the month. December is going to be a really great time of reflection, and we are going to have retrogrades that are landing in your 12th house. So, come January, your world is going to be completely different. Love and light, if you do want a personal booking, you can go to the link directly below month edition. Good luck with the star card with the romance. I wish you the very best.